Welcome back everyone to another pack opening video, where this time, at the request of a comment made in the comment section of my last video, I'll be looking at Duel Masters, if I can get the logo in the camera. So I got this like a week ago, and I've been super excited to open it, and I haven't been able to find time to record this, so I'm really glad to be doing it today, even if it is like insanely hot, and I'm tired, and my allergies are acting up. This is the only time I'm going to have to record for like probably another 2 weeks, so it's gotta happen now. This is a game from 2004, so it's really weird to find a package that's still has the as seen on Cartoon Network thing, still has this little hook. Like, this was just taken from a Walmart and then forgotten about. So what this product was is a starter set designed to either act as one singular deck or two 20-card half decks for people to, play against each other right out of the box. Also comes with a comic, premium card, quick start guide, rulebook, Duel Masters playmats, a DMAX membership offer, wonder if that's still valid, and a bonus pack of booster cards. So I have a small bit of history with this game. I'm just going to open it up now. I collected it as a child when it first started, and that would have been back in 2004. But I don't think I ever actually played it. I don't think I ever had the starter sets. I don't think I knew the rules. I never watched the anime. I don't even know if any of my friends had any cards whatsoever. So I really wasn't too familiar with how this game worked. As I normally would for any one of these product opening videos, I took a look at the rules for the game. And at first, some of the stuff I was reading actually made me pretty excited. It seemed like it could have been a really cool game. But then I read on, and there were some more problems I had with it that I seem to have with like half the games that I open on this channel. So when I get into the rules, I'll explain how I feel. Anyway, there's like a lot of stuff in here. They really packed this thing. I'm just gonna slide this out on camera. Oh geez. So this is the comic, I suppose. I wonder if you can even find this online. This feels like something that may very well have been lost to time, because I know the rulebook seemingly was. This is the playmats. I was looking online to try and find the actual rulebook, because the Duel Masters wiki still has an updated rules section. Oh, that's just another playmat. The max membership offer. Anyway, the wiki has the current rules, because the game is still going on in Japan. It lasted 2004 to 2006 in the West and was then cancelled, but it's still going on in Japan. And similar to like Yu-Gi-Oh! And a ton of other games, it's had like master rules updates, new card types have been introduced. So I was trying to find the original rules, which would be relevant to this product. Oh, that's a really weird warning. And this rulebook, oh, it's sealed with a little sticker, seems to be completely lost. I could only find via archive.org an archived version of the original website, which has since been taken down, who knows how long ago. And there were rules listed there, but judging by the thickness of this rulebook, I'm thinking the rules I read even on the website were not like the complete rules. I'm legitimately considering, if I can't find a copy of this rulebook online in the near future, I'm going to keep looking. I'm going to try and like scan this and upload it for the sake of preservation. because I can't be the only person left who's curious about what Duel Masters was when it first came out. So, like, yeah, this it's not exactly a thin book. I feel like there's more text on one page than there was in the entirety of the online rulebook that I looked at. And since this was released in Canada, I was thinking maybe it's like half English, half French. You see that a lot? That was all English. Get one booster pack of cards. That's exciting. I bought this for $35 off eBay, and I got free shipping. A lot of booster packs alone are going for like $10+ if they're still sealed, so that was a fantastic deal. Little cardboard insert. Getting into the actual like meat of this, here's our first card. This is our promo. I think I actually owned this card as a kid, just like not holographic. Two half decks. The box was slightly damaged, and as you could see, that promo was curled, which is probably just because it was a foil. That happens to a lot of foil cards in a lot of games. But these cards in shrink wrap seem to be in perfectly fine condition, so that's exciting. Alright, got them out. Gonna move this clutter out of the way. Get back to that in a second. So, the game functions sort of like Magic the Gathering Light. You can see there's creature cards here, and I don't actually remember what they're called, but there's also like spell cards. So they function roughly as you would expect. Creatures you play onto the field, they stay there. And spells, you play them once from your hand. Here you see a spell. I'm actually going to set that aside because that's an example of something else I want. You read the effect on the spell, resolve it, that's it. Now, the game doesn't have a life points system. It functions on like the shield system. It may very well have been the first game to do so. It's certainly the oldest that I can think of that does that. So at the start of the game, you flip the top 5 cards of your deck face down to create your shields. Anytime an enemy attacks you and you don't block it, then it just breaks one shield. There are keywords for breaking additional shields, but by default, it's one shield. Once you lose all 5 of your shields, if you get hit again, that's when you lose the game. Starting hand size is, I believe, also 5 cards. It's got like tapping things like Magic the Gathering, tap to attack, tap to activate effects. At the start of your turn, there's an untap phase. Now, what you'll see with creatures is that they don't have power and toughness, but rather just one singular power rating. So when 2 creatures fight, it's just you compare the number, bigger number wins. If it's a tie, they both go to the graveyard. Now, what you may have seen on the card that I set aside is that some cards have, let's see what this is called, shield trigger. So if they are put into your shield zone at the start of the game when you flip the top 5 cards of your deck face down, when that shield is broken, the effect triggers for free, and you just get it automatically. When a shield is broken, otherwise, for any normal card, like if this card here was your shield, it just gets added to your hand. So that is the rule. If you've seen my Dragoborn video, you know that I hate that kind of stuff. It just makes it way too swingy, it's too random, hurts strategy. The rule that I really liked was how they handled mana in this game. So it's another one of those games where you play any card from your hand as mana. Just quickly gonna... That's why you see every card has a number at the bottom that's upside down. If you want to play a card as mana, you play it upside down. I don't know if there's cards that have like a 2 there or a 3 to provide extra mana, or if the 1 is just like reminder text. The interesting thing about this game that I don't know if I've seen in other games that have this like any card is mana system, I have to pick this back up, is that if a card is multicolored, it taps for either color, and the final card is just an extra copy of him, taps for either color, but it enters tapped. So that's a cool way to balance them. And that was the rule that really made me excited. I thought that was quite interesting. Something I wanted to point out about this shield trigger card that I set aside. I realized a part of the reason why I really dislike this, the idea behind having like the any card as mana system, is that it's supposed to prevent the non-games that happen in like Magic the Gathering. You know, you start playing, one player doesn't have any lands, or it's all lands. They have to mulligan down to like 4 to get a playable hand. And then they just get absolutely steamrolled because they don't have any resources and their hand is not ideal. So you would think with this any card can be mana system, any game would be realistically playable. If you draw expensive stuff, use the expensive stuff as mana first. But this shield trigger system kind of can create non-games in the same way. This card costs 6 mana. That's really expensive. But if you get it as a shield trigger, you get it immediately for free. So in some ways, you still just end up with this, like, you know, it's late game, you're just drawing all your expensive shield trigger cards that were only ever put into your deck on the off chance that you get them for free. So you just lose off of drawing shield triggers. And similarly to when your opponent like curves out perfectly and you were kind of stalling, if you just keep hitting shield triggers, your opponent is getting these like massive tempo swings for free. I don't know. I just found it weird how the shield trigger thing makes the game luck dependent and makes you really, really dependent on the order in which the cards appear in your deck. And that just kind of goes against the core principle of making sure every game is actually a playable game. Literally almost forgot about the pack off to the side. I was about to end it right there. One thing I will say about those Dragoborn packs, at least there was a lot of slack in them, so they were easy to open. These packs are tight around the cards inside them. I am afraid to use the scissors. But I think I'm going to have to do so. I got into it. I don't know what this whole starter set would have retailed for back when Duel Masters was new, but this feels like a pretty good deal. You got those rule books, the comic, the play mats, the 2 half decks, the promo, the booster pack. So, already a double. I'm pretty sure this was in the starter set. Seeing some of the different colors that weren't in the starter set. I think this is one of the cards that's on like the pack art. I feel like I recognize it. This is a card I recognize having as a kid. Wow, another double. Another card I recognize. Oh. And I think that was my rare. So that's unfortunate. Oh, and something I set aside when I first opened the pack. You get, I guess this is supposed to be, well, it's an ad card with a bit of art on it. Anyway, that was fun. Glad to finally bulk up my Duel Masters collection a little bit. I had some friends that have a vague interest in this game. Maybe I'll try and see if I even have enough cards to make 2 full decks, if I can even find my other cards. That could be fun. Anyway, that's it for Duel Masters for probably a while. Other than this starter set, basically everything that's sealed goes for obscene amounts of money. I'm talking like hundreds of dollars for booster boxes. So I'm probably just going to go back to the other Dragoborn box that I have to open next time. If you enjoyed the previous video, then I guess you can look forward to that. And I hope I'll see you next time.